How to get 10 subscribers every day on YouTube. So getting 10 subscribers every day on YouTube is actually a pretty ambitious goal for smaller channels. I'm just gonna tell it to you straight. I'm not gonna have tons of bells and whistles and exciting yelling and saying that it's easy. Because if it was easy, you probably wouldn't be watching this video, you'd probably already be getting 10 subscribers every day. So I'm going to give you the straight truth about how you can get 10 subscribers every day in 2021. But it's going to take some effort, and it's going to take possibly spending a little money to invest in yourself and your channel. I know there are other people out there who say getting 100 subscribers every day is super easy on YouTube. And I find that generally speaking, the people who are saying that have had one or two viral or semi-viral videos. They found success in some particular niche. And so a lot of their advice comes from that. I've seen a lot of videos talking about how they had a huge following on Instagram and they brought them over. You know, Jack Black was almost an instant YouTube success because he's a famous actor. And most small channels don't have the advantage of a built-in audience as being already a famous person or having a huge Instagram following or a viral video or two. Sure, getting 10 subscribers every day is probably pretty easy if you've had a viral video or two, but that's probably not true if you're watching this video and you're a small YouTuber. So what can small YouTubers do to get 10 subscribers every single day? I'm going to cover 9 tips, but full disclosure, every one of these 9 tips is going to take some work. There's no quick fixes here. I know that doesn't get a lot of clicks. Some of you are probably going to click off the video right now because I'm not giving you, the free, quick, and easy answer. But if you want sustained growth on the platform, it's going to take some work. You're going to need to invest in yourself, mostly with time, but a little bit of money as well, potentially. So if you follow these 9 tips, if you're able to keep up with these 9 tips and keep at them, you should be getting at least 10 subscribers every day on YouTube. But it might not be practical. If you have a day job, if you have other things that you focus on. I, for example, run the Small YouTubers Facebook group with over 300,000 YouTubers. You can find it at facebook.com/groups/smallYoutubersBoost. That takes a lot of my time. And I do run 2 separate YouTube channels. I'm not able to focus my time such that this strategy might require. So let's just get into the 9 tips so you can get 10 subscribers every day in 2021 on YouTube. So the first tip, and this is probably the most important and also the hardest, is to release a video every day. If you can go daily, then you should be able to pick up 10 subscribers every day, along with these other tips as well. But if you're putting out a quality video every day, then that should be driving some decent subscriber growth. And by putting out a video every day, you will be getting some algorithmic momentum. And by having that regular content posted, you can keep audiences engaged. Now, I've done this for brief periods of time myself. A couple of years ago on my Vacation Impossible channel, I chose a month of time, 30 days, and I put out a video every single day. And yes, I did see some growth over my channel, but it also burnt me out. I think the quality of the videos that I was putting out over that time, they could have been better. I could have done better edits and made better choices with the videos I put out. So in retrospect, it was a shot in the arm for the growth of that channel, but I'm not sure that was the right approach for me. So it also really depends on your niche. But if you are able, if you can maintain that production schedule while maintaining your sanity, that is a huge part of it. Because nothing helps your channel grow like putting out a new video. So doing that every single day is going to give your channel the best chance for success. So that's the first one, very important. The second thing, and this is where you might need to spend some money, is to get the legend version of TubeBuddy. I've got an affiliate link down below. This video is not sponsored, but I've been using the legend level of TubeBuddy for 2 years now, and it's done amazing things for my 2 channels. And there's 2 particular functions that you get at the legend level that can be critical to making sure you get those 10 subscribers a day. The first one is A/B testing. This is a legend level feature. What it allows you to do is have 2 separate thumbnails for the same video. It will alternate them automatically. This TubeBuddy system does this for you, back and forth, and it will gain metrics over which performs better, what gets the better CTR. That's click-through rate. So every time someone has the potential to click on your video, do they? And so the higher that number, the more traffic that's going to your channel, the more views you get, the more subscribers you're going to get. So CTR is a critically important piece. Even if you're putting out that video every single day, but your thumbnails aren't getting clicked on, then you're still not quite getting that turnkey to unlock that growth pattern. So this can help you try out a couple of different things. And so the obvious question I think you might be thinking is, okay, that's great, but what do I put in the thumbnail? What two different kinds should I try? And that's where the second thing I want to talk about with TubeBuddy Legend comes into play, and that's Click Magnet. I do a video on this channel about this, so you can check that out in more detail. But simply put, it does an analysis on your channel, looks at the last, I think 150 or 50 videos or so, and it analyzes the elements of your thumbnail. Do you show your face? What emotion do you show on your face if you're showing a face? Do you have text? If you have text, what words are being used? How are people responding to that? Does it work really well with a close-up shot or a wider shot? What elements of your thumbnail are getting more clicks? So you can see those different elements that are working and not working, and use that to try and create a couple of thumbnails, and then do the A/B testing. As you go through that process, you'll realize what works for your audience and your niche. Every audience is different. Every niche is different. So some areas and some audiences respond better to having faces. Others do not. Some prefer sort of landscape shots. In my travel channel, people are much less interested in my face than they are on like the cruise ships that I show. And Click Magnet helped me learn that about my channel. So if you understand your channel and your audience, and then you put in the work of doing a video every day, those are two key principles to getting 10 subscribers every day. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is somewhat general advice, but it's to be active in your community. And this means a couple of different things. Yes, it does mean replying to all the comments on all your videos as much as possible, even those mean ones. And we talk about that sometimes here on this channel, talking about how to respond to mean comments. So you can check out, we've got a video about that. And so whether it's a good comment, neutral comment, or a troll comment, you can troll the trolls. We've got our video that shows you how. Whatever the comment is, hopefully you can find some way to reply. And if you can reply in a way that uses some of your keywords, that's also helpful as well. And remember, when you're making those replies, your whole audience could be watching, not just the person you're replying to. So I recommend to keep that in mind. Keep it sort of in the style of your channel. Keep it in the character if you do a character. And to just keep it polite, friendly, things like that. They might be saying mean things. If you respond with niceness, you never know who's watching. So getting into like an argument back and forth might not be the greatest look for your channel. So that's just something to keep in mind. But when I talk about engaging with your community, I'm talking about a lot more than just that. If you can find where your community is, either in Facebook groups, subreddits, on Twitter, wherever they might be, it could be a message board, for example. If you can find the traffic sources that is driving views to your videos, that's one of the places you can look in YouTube Analytics. You could also use the Videolytics tool with TubeBuddy. That actually comes with the free version, where you can see where your videos are being shared on Reddit and Twitter, and you can check out where the competition's videos are being shared in Reddit and on Twitter. So maybe you can find the right hashtag or subreddit that works well with your niche and your community. But once you find them, you're going to want to engage them. So here's one thing that I do, that when I have a video that I'm putting out that I know's got a good thumbnail and that I know is interesting to the community and everything, what I will do in Facebook groups particularly is I will ask a question. I won't just drop my video. I won't just drop my video with a description, which is slightly better, but I will also have a question of some kind that engages the audience, makes them think about the content. It gives them an opportunity to express their opinion, to have a conversation. And I'll go in periodically and I'll reply to the answers. Again, keeping in mind that I want to be polite, respectful, funny if I can be. Keep it in the genre and you never know who's watching. But you can really drive a lot of engagement that way. Because in Facebook groups, when you include a link, the algorithm kind of doesn't show it as often. But if it's getting lots of engagement, that pushes it back up again. And so replying to all the comments in the Facebook groups, on the message board, replies on Twitter, in the subreddit, places like that, it not only algorithmically assists your content getting in front of more eyeballs, but it also establishes you and your personality as hopefully a helpful or funny or engaging member of that community. You're not just the guy that constantly drops links and skedaddles. Hopefully you're the person that is around, and so people feel like you're part of the community, they might identify with you, they might empathize with you. If you have a particular why you're chasing, they might want to support you in that, things of that nature. And so that is part of how you build community. I feel like a lot of people, newer YouTubers mostly, that come into our Facebook group sometimes say, I want to grow my community. And for them, that seems to mean just subscribers. And I would suggest having a broader vision of community than just that, and that's how you get a broader audience. And then again, that audience that sees you're a member of the community, not just a link dropper or what have you, they'll be more inclined to subscribe because they'll feel more engaged with you and your content. So being active in your community across multiple platforms, find your audience where they already are, is key. And it's important to know something about your audience. Go into your YouTube Studio analytics and look at the demographics. What age, what gender, what country is looking at your videos more? And maybe that's something to keep in mind. If you have an older crowd, you might want to make your references more appropriate to that generation. If it's a younger crowd, you might want to make more current references, things like that. Understanding who your audience is and what they want. And believe me, they will tell you, sometimes not kindly, hopefully kindly, in the comments and in Facebook groups, message boards, etc., if they don't like something about your video. People are pretty open about that. And if there's something they would want to see. Now, one way that you can get more of that feedback, if you're not quite getting it right now, is to ask questions. If you can have a question of the day in every video, that will drive comments, which will help. And it will, again, have that community feeling interactive, but it also gives you valuable feedback. Now, another way you can understand what your audience wants and also what the algorithm wants is to look at what videos are performing well. If you have a video about the best places to eat pizza in New York City, for example, and then one day you do a video that's like Among Us gameplay, and so that maybe the Among Us video takes off, then maybe you should think about incorporating more gaming elements. But what if that video falls flat and maybe it's just like your top pizza place in Manhattan is like your top rank, like getting the most views? Cool. Well, then maybe it's time to go do a similar video, not the same, but similar. So you can say the best pizza place in Brooklyn, or if you travel, the best pizza place in LA, or what have you. And so see what videos are actually performing well and see if you can double down on that kind of content, because it's gaining an audience. Now, we're talking about subscribers here, and again, you need views to get subscribers, but if you're really narrow focused on the subscriber thing, which is totally fine, it's an important metric, you can look at your subscriber analytics and see which videos are gaining you subscribers. Now, we want a net gain of 10 subscribers every day. So if you're gaining 10 and losing 5, you're really only gaining 5. So it's also about keeping the subscribers that you have. And you can look in your analytics in YouTube Studio to see what videos are causing people to unsubscribe as well. And so you might want to consider, do I want to make more of that kind of video? That video could cost me subscribers. Maybe I do cooking videos, but I did an unboxing of a meal kit, and for some reason on that unboxing video, I lost a lot of subscribers. Maybe they didn't care about the unboxing. They want to see the actual meal prep. So then now you know, and that's valuable information, which kind of flows into our next tip, which is sort of the advice that they give a lot of people who do improvisational comedy, which is don't fall in love with an idea. Now, you might have a wonderful idea, give it a try, but if your audience doesn't respond to it, be prepared to pivot. But of course, that depends on your priorities. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming your priority is subscribers. And so if that's your priority, then pivot to where your subscribers are coming from. Make more of the videos that get you subscribers. If that is not your first priority, if your priority is your artistic integrity, your mission, whatever it is, expressing yourself, then feel free to make any kind of video you want. Of course, I can't force you to do anything. But just know that if you do make the kind of video that your analytics tells you costs you subscribers, don't be surprised if that happens again. And so it's all about understanding your priorities as well. But at least you're now making informed choices, which also kind of segues nicely into the next tip, which is know your why. Now, that might sound a little contradictory because I told you don't fall in love with an idea. Now I'm telling you know exactly your why. I highly recommend, there is a book by Simon Sinek called Start With Why. I will have an Amazon affiliate link for the US in the description where you can check that out if you want. He talks about understanding why you do what you do. And if you can articulate that in a simple, short sentence, then that can potentially really resonate with your audience. And so you're going to want to tell them. So on this channel, my why is to make YouTube a fair playing field for people where good ideas succeed, not just people who know little technical tricks of the platform. I figure if everyone knows all the technical tricks, then we all have to compete on the quality of our ideas and how hard we're willing to hustle. And I think that will make for a better platform for everyone. That's part of my why. So my why is to democratize YouTube, to make YouTube more fair, a little easier for people, that sort of thing. And so if that resonates with you, if you think, yeah, it would be better if it was a little bit more fair and a little less secretive and all those technical things and the algorithm and all that, then maybe click like on this video, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, maybe turn on notifications, because that's why we're here. So our videos are going to be about that very consistently. And so perhaps that resonates with you. On my travel channel, it's all about empowering people to take trips that they didn't realize they could. I want to show you how you can travel more. I want to show you how you can travel cheaper, how you can travel different. And so maybe, the vacation that you thought was impossible isn't so impossible after all. Maybe I can find a way to take that cruise. Maybe I can find a way to get to Europe, whatever it is. We want to show you those tricks. And we also want to show you how amazing it is to motivate you to give it a try. And so if that's something that you're like, yeah, that's a good cause, then maybe you're going to want to go watch my other channel. Go subscribe over there if you like. But I think that when you have a clearly articulated why, now your why shouldn't just be to make money. That is not a why. That is a result. That is a tool that gets you towards closer to your why potentially. Maybe it's to pull your family out of poverty. Maybe it's to spread a positive message. Maybe there's a charity you support. And sometimes money plays a part in that, but money itself is not the why. Growing an audience, growing a community is not a why. What do you want the community to learn from you, to be motivated from you? Things like that. So it's sometimes a difficult question, but if you can figure it out, go put it in your channel description for one thing. That'll help. Maybe people will see that and more likely to subscribe. And then try to mention it in your videos. And when you find yourself in a difficult spot, do I do this or that? If you are motivated by your why will help give you the answer to that question. It will help guide you through those challenging, difficult choices. Maybe a company reaches out to you and say, endorse our product. Well, if your why is to legitimately inform people, you're probably going to want to try the product out and give an honest opinion rather than just take the cash and say, hey, this thing is good, which is part of my philosophy. I try before I recommend, and I only ever tell the truth. And that's important to me. Probably more important than making money and more important than subscribers. But again, that's something to understand for yourself. But if you have a why and you're passionate about it, your passion, your energy, your excitement, your love of whatever it is comes through the camera and to your audience and hopefully hits them in a way that makes them want to support you more than just watching, but by also clicking subscribe. So it's a balancing act. You want to give the audience what they want, but at the same time, pursue your why. And that can be a little tricky, especially if what they want might be opposed to your why. And so, like I said, this isn't easy. I'm being honest with you. This kind of growth isn't necessarily easy, but hopefully these are some tips that'll help you make it a little easier, which is why I'm here. Another way that you can grow your subscribers, and this is sort of a technical thing, is just give them every opportunity to subscribe. We have a video on this channel about how to get 1,000 subscribers where I go through, I think, 7 different tips about specifically these things. But a couple of classic examples. Remind people to subscribe in the video. And there's a lot of ways to do it. I would say don't do it right at the beginning. Do it after you've given some value so they have a reason to subscribe. So it feels like they're subscribing for themselves because they get something out of it, not just to support some stranger on the internet. That's my personal opinion. So even if you just find a way to mention it, you don't have to say, please subscribe. You could simply say something like, hey, thanks for subscribing. Or you could just mention it in some natural way. But there's a lot more than just that. There is also the ability to have a watermark. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, there should be a watermark appearing right now, right about here, that you can click to subscribe right now. That is in the features, the settings that you can set up in YouTube Studio. It's called a branding watermark, and I talk about that in the 1,000 subscriber video, but that gives them one more opportunity to click. Another great opportunity to click is at the end of the video, the last 20 seconds, you put on an end screen. And on that end screen, you can have a subscribe button somewhere. At the end of this video, there will be an example of exactly that. In addition, in the description, you can create a subscribe link that people can click on. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do little technical things to provide opportunities to subscribe, and some psychological things you can do to remind people to subscribe, even if it's not not directly asking. There's subtle ways to do it that can work quite well. Another opportunity to work towards that goal of 10 subscribers every day in 2021 on YouTube is to collaborate with someone. You might be able to sort of combine audiences if it goes very well. So our Facebook group is a fantastic place where you can meet, whether they're in your niche or not. You might want to collaborate. Now, if it's in your niche, it's more likely to result in subscribers, depending on what your content is. But I think that that can be a really good opportunity to reach a whole new audience for both sides of the collaboration. It can be very beneficial. And my last tip, tip number 9, for how to get 10 subscribers every day on YouTube is a big one. It is search engine optimization, SEO. We have a trilogy of videos that really do a deep dive into that on this channel. One about how to write titles for SEO, one about how to write your descriptions, and one about how to write your tags, all for optimizing for search. Whether you're being searched on YouTube, or Google, DuckDuckGo, Bing, whatever it might be. And this is critically important too, because if you want to get views while you snooze and subscribers while you're asleep, then SEO is the thing that allows your videos in your channel to perform even when you're not there actively pushing it on social media and message boards and other things. This is people coming to you rather than you go and finding them. You're going to want to do both. So if your videos are optimized for search, then they will perform well. More views equals more subscribers. So there you have it. That's 9 tips. Question of the day in the comments. What else do you do to grow your subscribers? And how have you found it? Do you find it hard to get, 10 or more subscribers every day on YouTube? I've had days where my channels have gotten 19 subscribers in a day, and I have days where I don't get any. You might be thinking, well, why should I listen to you? You're not getting 10 subscribers every single day on YouTube. And that's partly because I simply don't have the time to do all 9 of these things all the time. I'm not able to produce a video every single day on 2 channels while working a day job and managing my Facebook group. So I've prioritized different things. I'm part of affiliate programs. I do consulting. There's a lot of different stuff. And so if you are focused on one single channel and you're able to do these 9 things, then absolutely 10 subscribers a day is an achievable goal. For those of you who don't yet have a paid version of TubeBuddy, I will include a discount code in the description that will help you save 20%. If you do decide to invest in yourself and your channel in that particular way, we can make it a little cheaper for you, so that's good. With those 9 tips, hopefully you can grow to 10 subscribers or more per day. And please come back, let us know how that works well for you. Thanks so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more tip videos coming soon, and check out the other videos on this channel. We've got some tutorial videos for TubeBuddy that might help you use that tool a little bit more effectively. Tons of other useful tip videos. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.